Third phase of moon. You know, when we do this broadcast, like people are bringing up in the flash chat, it's like the Wizard of Oz. What is behind the curtain? You just never know when we take these calls from around the world on who we're going to talk to. We don't screen the calls. We have no idea what the story is going to be. Usually we have no agenda before we start this show. We just kind of open it up and let people share their experience. And that's the way we like it here. Just, you know, the real deal, real people from around the world, and just letting it roll. So let's go to area code 281. 281, you're live on Third Phase Moon Radio. Welcome to the show. Where are you calling in from? What's your name?
Hello? What's going on, Blake?
Yeah. Hey, doing good. Hey, sir. What's on your mind tonight? Go ahead.
I remember when I first saw my first UFO. It was about 10 years ago. I remember it like if it was yesterday. It was on hot October day. We were outside all day, getting kind of late, and cold front supposed to be coming in. And so it was 5 o'clock. Go in, watch the news. Cold front coming in 10 minutes. So I go outside. It's like about 7:30, and cold front supposed to be coming in. So supposed to be getting a cold breeze coming in. So I'm looking out there, and I'm looking at the front coming in. I can see a little cloud formation coming in from the northwest. Then I can look down to the southeast. I can see the other part, the front coming in and meeting up with the air and everything. And I looked through the front. I said, man, it's going to take more than 15 minutes to get here. So I looked back to the other cloud, and then something out of the cloud just came out of nowhere. And I'm looking, and it's just coming straight at me like a baseball. I mean, straight at me. It was about a mile away and everything. And now I can see the perfect disc. That's the disc. I seen the perfect disc, and it just shot right back to the other cloud. And it just like a lightning bolt, but no thunder or nothing. And man, I was just like, turn around, and I saw my friend. I said, I didn't tell him nothing. I kept it to myself. Man, but it was a daytime, and it was so fast. It was just like, man, yeah. And I was just wondering, man, was it lightning? Lightning? It couldn't be lightning because I didn't see no cracks in it. It was just a clear blue line, but it looked like a lightning bolt. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's amazing. You know, these weather storms and the weather phenomenon in regards to the UFO sightings while people witness, they're looking at the weather, and strange weather is definitely really neat to look at. And then all of a sudden there's this phenomenon that happens in regards to it. It seems like people have theorized, and I've kind of agree that it's kind of a magnet or maybe a fuel cell for these UFOs, and also maybe a good place to hide for them. What do you think? What color was this thing? What was the shape?
It was white. It was white, which is a soft white glow to it, and it was just like going in slow motion. But I mean, I couldn't keep up to it because when it made a turn, it did a 90, but it was a nice smooth turn. But it was so quick. But in the middle of the turn, you can see the little disc.
Wow. Man, next time you see this stuff, sir, get your camera, and you know what I always say, have a steady hand and post it up on YouTube. That's for everybody out there. I know people get the Oz factor when they see UFOs, and they're basically stunned and are paralyzed and can't really do things because they're just fixated on this unidentified craft that they're looking at. But remember, pinch yourself. You're not dreaming. And then, again, go for that camera because I know everybody's got them. That's what my advice to you is. And definitely, we want to see your videos, people. So submit it to us right here at Third Phase Moon. We got all the contacts on our About page and every description of our videos we upload. All right, let's bring them in. Let's bring in more callers. Thank you, sir. Area code 207. You're live, Third Phase Moon. How are you doing tonight?
Good. How about you, Blake?
Oh, doing great, doing great. Hey, where are you calling in from?
I'm calling in from Maine. My name is Don Doyon. I've posted many videos. I just posted some videos in the last 48 hours. My question
Oh wow,
to you
what's the name
is,
of your? Let's get your YouTube channel for one, and then yeah, go ahead.
no, well, I have a YouTube channel, but I also have a Facebook channel, UFO Central Maine.
Okay, all right, very good. UFO Central Maine. Everybody, take a look at UFO Central Maine. So something's been going on in the past 48 hours. Tell me about it. And how long you been doing this? What's going on?
I've been doing this, Blake, for the last 5 years. I have the only friends I've had is from the UK that's verified my sightings. Everybody in the U.S., you're the first person I'm actually talking to for the first time in 5 years. I don't know what to say except it seems like there's a blanket of information or disinformation going on here in the state of Maine. And I have a feeling it's because the Bush family lives here in Maine. I feel there's a secret space program going on here. You, the public, have to be the judge.
Wow. What do you mean? Who
All
lives
right?
there again? Who lives there? Yeah, go ahead.
Bush family. Bush Senior, Bush, Bush. Go ahead, Blake. Look at my video of 2015 on Christmas Day, Christmas night. It looks like a craft comes into view and a portal opens up. That is my opinion. You guys be the judge. I just took a photograph within 48 hours out here in North Turner. I've been at this for 5 years. You guys be the judge. I don't know what to say, Blake. I've got all this video footage, and nobody seems to want to talk about it, except for my friends in the UK.
Okay. Well, I'm here. I'm in Hawaii, but I'm part of the United States, and you know what? I'd like to take a look at your stuff. So I got a Facebook. Reach out to me. I got all kinds of contact information out there, and I want to see your stuff. Just give me a heads up and say I'm the caller from Maine, and it's in regards to the basically possible secret space program. That should give me a good heads up there, sir. And I'd love to take a look at your stuff. That's what we do, and you never know if it's great enough to share with the people that watch us on our third phase moon. We definitely will. That's what we do. We share people's information. That's important stuff. Thank you, sir, for calling in. Get ready, people. You're all coming up next. So area code 442. You're up on third phase moon. Welcome to the show. Okay, 442. You there, sir? Hello? Anybody?
Hey.
Oh, yeah, okay, there you go. Hey, if you're up on the call and you're ready, you ready there?
Ready.
Hello?
Hey. Right.
All right, good. You're live on Third Phase Moon. What's on your mind tonight? Go ahead.
Yes, I have a story to tell. My name is Angel, and this happened in '89. My father took me to work. He works as an irrigator in Yuma, Arizona, and at that time, there was this craft that came out of the mountain. Right there, there's a Marine base, and my father had one of those night vision scopes, and I was using it at that time, and I seen the mountain at the Marine base, and this triangle came up, and it came around us at about like 5 miles from us, and came over us. It had a spotlight on the bottom, and it shined a light on us. My dad had a station wagon, and at that time, I was just shocked, and for some reason, it started like glitching, and then about like 5 miles away, it landed, and then some helicopters came by. Helicopters came by and started circling around this aircraft, and the rancher that my father worked for came in an hour and told us we had to get out of the ranch for some reason, and that's one thing that it was the Marines. Yeah, I know it was the Marines because they had a base close by.
Oh, all right. So let me get this straight. That there was basically military enforcement. The Marines came into the ranch and said, "Everybody, get the heck out of here," because of something they didn't. Did they explain to you why they were telling you to vacate the premises?
Yes, one of the persons right there explained, because I asked, "What is it?" And the man had told me it was a secret airplane. That we could not speak about it because the country will be vulnerable. How do you say that? Vulnerable to the country, that we had to keep it to ourselves. And the rancher, for some reason, just told us to that was it. That was a day for my father to go back home because he irrigates at night. This happened at 1:00 in the morning.
All right, so let me get back to right when you were witnessing this thing. So I want to know, again, what was the shape and size of this thing? And you say it was basically there were helicopters in hot pursuit of this thing, military helicopters, and this thing actually shined down on you, like it was whatever it was spotted you?
Yes, because my father had a station wagon. I was on top of the station wagon looking at the stars with the night scope vision. And it looked like a triangle, and in the bottom it had the Marine emblem, the anchor, and some other thing right there. And I knew it was Marines. And it landed about 5 miles because it's on the bottom. It started like flashing, like LED TV, and it had to land. So it landed about 5 miles, and in 5 minutes. There was 2 Black Hawk helicopters making a perimeter. At the moment, me and my father, we went to the river close by, and it was already blocked. We couldn't go further because there was like a perimeter around it. So the rancher, my dad had a radio at the moment. The rancher called them and told him that was the job for the night. We were supposed to stay 3 days irrigating the field right there in Yuma, Arizona. And he said that was it. We had to go home, and they escorted us a truck and the rancher out of the ranch. But this was a marine type of aircraft, and this happened in Yuma, Arizona.
Yeah. So when were you guys allowed back on the ranch? How long were you banned from this ranch?
Well, my father worked only another day, and that was it. He was laid off. He was laid off of that ranch, and it was close to There was a marine base close by that ranch. There's a river, but 10 miles there, you're not allowed to go. There's a perimeter, and there's a fence that you can't go by there. And for some reason, that aircraft landed near the river across. We couldn't go across because there's a river. So it landed next to the river. When we tried to go over there were Marines on the other side of the river. And they had a horn, and they told us to go back. At that time, the rancher radioed my father to see where we were at, and we told my father he knows the areas because they go by blocks. So he told me he was at block C3. By that time, the rancher got there within half an hour, and with another black, it was a black Suburban back in '89. It was a lifted Suburban, had no plates, and they escorted the rancher, me and my father in the station wagon. out of Yuma, Arizona, and we had to go back to Somerton, Arizona, because we're about one town away where this happened. And the next day, my father got laid off. And I asked the man. Because there was a man speaking right there with the rancher, and I asked the man, what was it? And he said that it was an aircraft, that we're not supposed to talk about it, and because it will be harmful to the U.S. if we would talk about it.
Well, can you describe to me what the craft looked like?
The craft was in the bottom. It had a light. It was like a spotlight in the bottom, and you could see through it. At the moment when I took off the night vision goggle off, and I could see the stars through it. But at the moment when it was going away, when the craft turned off the spotlight, it started like some type of malfunction or something, because you could see blue on the bottom, and that's when it landed. I guess they had some problem where it landed like 5 miles away, and at that moment, you could see the bottom. Like the bottom was like you could see like lightning, or I would say some type of malfunction that it was happening at that time, and I guess they had to land or something, because 5 minutes later there was choppers going around forming a perimeter, and there was all kinds of lights. Oh, and another thing, this thing, when we were leaving the ranch, it was hauled by two. Because I was looking through that night vision scope, it looked like two Marine One helicopters. It was lifted off the ground by two Marine with cables off the ground, and it was hauled to that mountain where the Marines where the Marine base is at, right there. But the craft was it was shaped in a triangle. And have you ever seen a mirage in the desert where you could see in the bottom you could see like it was weird. It was
sure, like a distortion, atmospheric distortion.
Yes, it looked like that in the bottom, but at the same time, it was like glitching in the bottom, and it just lit up, and it landed 5 miles away from where we're at. That was across the river. That's when the Marines they formed a perimeter, and they didn't let nobody. Right there. There was another man that my dad know that he knew at that time. He seen the same thing, but he was on the other side of the river, and they escorted that man also, and he got laid off the next day also.
Okay, well, this is this story is basically interesting to me, because you witness something, you can't explain. Next thing you know, the military is coming in, the Marines, telling you get off the ranch, don't come back, and basically then you lose your jobs with basically no explanation except that, hey, look, you saw something that you shouldn't have seen, but that doesn't mean you should lose your job, in my opinion, or your father, or anybody else for that matter. That's not fair, in my opinion, by any means. Would you be able to come on camera and show yourself, your face, and exactly kind of like point in the direction of where all this happened? This is an amazing story.
Sure. Yeah, sure. We could even go to the area where the river's at, and I can even show you if the rancher allows us, and we could go there. Because I don't know if it's a private ranch or something, but I could point from the road, because there's a road where you can see everything, and you can even hear the jets from the Marines all the time right there at that area, because you see jets all the time, and they go through the city and everything. So right there, they have no problem with all kinds of aircraft. And this type of aircraft, it made no noise. It was just like hovering at that time. And that's the weird thing that I found out, that it made no noise. That's what really caught my attention. It was just hovering, and in the bottom it had some type of distortion in the bottom, and then it lit up, it like glowed, and it landed. That's what caught my attention, and then all the security that was around it. That's what really caught my attention.
Well, you know what? We have your phone number, and we'll keep in touch with you. And I think we should follow up on this. I want to get the on location report. We want to see maybe some reports from the farm. You know, this is, to me, when people lose their jobs, and that's their livelihood because they witness an unidentified flying craft. Now, whether it's government operated or not, that's ridiculous. That's not fair, and it shouldn't be done. So, wow, that's an incredible caller, and we'll be in touch with you soon. Just look for an area code 808 calling from Hawaii, and you'll know that will be me calling in from Hawaii. All right, ma'am. Thanks for that. So, what a great call. What a great call, and we look forward to speaking with you shortly. Let's get some more callers right now. Area code 727. You made it. You're live on Third Phase of Moon. How you doing tonight? Welcome to the show.
I was on your show last week. My name's Dude.
Hey, Dude. All right, man. What's going on? Anything new from last week?
Yeah, kinda. Since I went ahead and I talked on your radio show, I've been noticing a lot of weird activity going on around where I work and where I live. And I've been noticing a lot of unmarked police cars driving by my house for some reason, and they don't look like cop cars, but they're more like black unmarked Crown Vics. Like, you know that they're like federal vehicles, but it's like, I don't know, dude. Like, it's just been really weird lately. Like, I don't know why, but people have been coming, knocking on the door and asking questions, and it's like, how do they know where I live? And it's like, they're not cops, but they're like, I don't know, like, where I work at one of my jobs, I guess somebody came by asking for me with a name and everything, and it's just been really weird lately, man.
Yeah, well, you got to be safe. You never know. Maybe there's some kind of a undercover operation going on in the neighborhood, and they got to be kind of undercover and kind of stealthy. But when strangers come knocking on your door, well, you don't know who they are, and that's kind of weird. I'd be kind of concerned. So be safe, man. Be safe. All right, let's bring in more callers. Let's go to 937. 937, welcome to the show.
Hi, yes. Hi, Blaze. Can you hear me okay?
Hey, how's it going? Yep, got you loud and clear. Yeah, what's on your mind? Welcome to. What's your name?
My name is Marcy.
All right. Well, you got something you want to share to the world? It sounds like you have had an experience of some kind.
Yeah, I'm in Dayton, Ohio. And can you hear me okay? Just not sure.
Oh, no, I got you loud and clear. Go ahead, Marcy.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, great, wonderful. I've been listening to your show for a number of years now. And let's see, my family and I have had a number of experiences with UFO sightings, and I just want to share a bit of them with you. Prior to ever learning about these Arizona lights, maybe about 3 years prior, so this is about, 9 years ago or so, I was, saying my kids' prayers with them and put them to bed. And then I looked out the window at night, their window, and I saw these 3 circular orbs about, I don't know the distance, perhaps about 4 or 5 miles down the road. And I live up on a hill. Orbs were a beautiful candy, I guess you want to call it a candy orange, or like a rust color. And they were just standing in the air, they were just in the air. They were equal distance apart from each other, and they were just peering at me as I'm peering at them, if you will. I don't know necessarily that they were peering at me per se, but they were that close that I felt a connection with them. And after just staring at them for a number of minutes, one of them shot off to my left, to the downtown Dayton area. And, it was lightning speed, just shot off. I couldn't believe how fast that was. and I was just looking in amazement. So the second one, minutes later, just kind of closed its eye, almost just closing very slowly. It just dissipated like a camera would, you would tell a camera, fade to black. It just closed itself and disappeared. I could have still been there for all I know. But that third circle, it just stayed and almost, inviting me to stay or challenging me to stay with it. But it just stayed, and it blinked off and came back on. And I was like, my goodness, what is this? So then finally, after a moment, it just closed its eye. That's what this resembled to me, the closing of an eye. It just faded out to black. And there was just sky. I wasn't aware if the other and it was still there or not. But that was my first experience with some UFO sightings directly. So after that, a few years later, 3 years later or so, I saw, since I was born in Phoenix, Arizona, I saw a video on Netflix that said Phoenix Lights. And I was just happy that it said Phoenix. I had no knowledge of this having to do with UFOs or anything. I've never been into this prior to that sighting. And so when I saw it come on and I saw these lights looking just like the lights that I saw a few years prior, I screamed at the top of my lungs and told my kids, come in here and look at this. So anyway, that kind of was the precedent for things to come, because since that time, I've seen things in the sky that are unexplainable until now, of course. I've been with family. We've seen things shooting out of the sky from, say, 2 o'clock to 7, large things just flying out the sky, and there was no bomb, there was no noise following the fall, and there's just been a lot of sightings. One day we were driving down a street in the night. All these things occurred so far in the evening. We were driving down the street, and I saw a bright light a ways away near a park. The park is called Possum Creek. And so I drove my children to this area, and upon stopping, getting ready to turn home because we lost sight behind the trees, it appeared above a lake. The lake is Gettysburg Lake or something like that. Anyway, this bright light appeared just in the distance of the lake, and it started coming closer, Blake. As the light kind of hovered, a huge light, just bright as the sun, seemingly, it just hovered across this lake, and we were mesmerized. I rolled down my SUV windows, and I was just like, are we seeing what we're seeing? And my daughters were like, yeah, Mom. They're twins. And they were like, yeah, Mom. And so we're looking at this light, and it was as bright as can be, and it was just illuminating, and, it was just hovering very calmly, no noise, above the lake. Well, after several minutes have gone by, I looked behind me on this road, Frytown Road, and there were about 5 other cars behind me. Nobody had beeped or anything. We were all staring at this thing, and after a while, you can do nothing. Let's just go ahead and go home. Wow. So we just went ahead and went home. Just like, wow.
You guys were in the odds factor, yeah? Yeah, it's the odds factor. Yeah. It's just that phenomenon, seeing something that you can't explain and then totally stunned. And even when there's a lot of crowds around you, it's amazing. Sometimes people just don't pull out their cameras. But, wow, this is, when he first started out explaining to me your sighting about these lights in the sky, I was thinking, well, maybe she might be seeing, Chinese lanterns. But then when he described to us this thing shooting off, and then there's something going on here. And then the multiple experiences. Wow, what an incredible sightings report that you just shared with us. Appreciate it. Keep in touch. It sounds like you're going to be getting more of these encounters.
Oh yeah, we will. We've actually had about 11 of them. So yeah, and neighbors, everyone. Our neighbors too. So this is Wright Pat area, Wright Pat Air Force Base area. So I'm not surprised.
Something's going on. Something's going on. I appreciate it, and thank you so much, Marcy. You be safe. And we look forward to hear from you again, because people like you are not alone in regards to this phenomenon. Millions of people see this stuff. It's just people are now beginning to understand that when somebody or a friend of yours tells you they've seen something, don't look at them and think that they're kind of crazy. No, this stuff's real, people. It's real. All right, I guess we have two area codes coming in from area code 727. I'm not sure if they're affiliate. Oh, they're calling in on the same phone number, it looks like. Well, anyway, 727. Hey, thanks for the effort. You made it to Third Phase of Moon. How you doing tonight?
Hey, my name's Dude. I don't know what happened, but I guess we lost connection. Pretty much, I'm just trying to tell you, after I reported whatever it was I reported to you last week, a lot of weird things have been happening, and I've been having people come into my job, and I've also been having people come into my house, and I don't know who these people are, but I believe that they're federal or something, and I didn't even give you my real name, and all because I reported this, I've been being harassed. I don't know what happened to our connection, but I don't think you mentioned that.
I don't think it's from our end. Like you said, we haven't revealed any information. You stated your name was Dude, so yeah, I don't know, man. If you've got some kind of problem and people are coming to your house and stuff like that, there's a place for that. I'd call 911. That's start there and then see where that goes, because that sounds kind of sketchy if you ask me. It sounds sketchy. Okay, stay safe, dude. Okay, 347, area code 347, you're up. Oh, we got some background? Or? Look forward to hear from you again. Not going to work out. Okay, 9. Okay, if you call in, get ready, because you never know if you're going to be coming up next. It's 925. We got a few minutes left. Area code 925. Yeah, you're live. Third Phase of Moon. How you doing?
Hello.
Yep,
Hello?
we got you. Got you clear. So, yeah, where are you calling in from? You got something you want to share to the world tonight? How you doing?
Yeah, I've talked to you before. I was a guy who was ex-military, and I called probably about 4 months ago. Talked to you about my incident I had, but I was just mostly just listening and stuff like that, seeing if anybody sees what what I've seen. So, but I haven't heard anything yet.
All right, okay, man, no problem. Thanks for listening in. Let's see. You know what? This is, I think, our show was pretty much a fantastic show. There's so many reports we heard tonight in the past, 50 minutes here. It doesn't get much better than that. That's what it's all about. We want to hear people's stories, and we heard it, and that's why we keep the lines open. And we're going to do it again this Monday, everybody, same time, everybody. And don't forget, right after the show ends, you can check out Beyond the Moon on the Discord, and you might want to take a look at that. They talk about the points of people's stories that were shared right here on Third Phase of Moon, and the discussion is open. So remember, go check out Discord, Beyond the Moon Discord. And everybody, be safe over the weekend, and again, have an open mind. Tell your friends. If you've seen something incredible, tell them, submit it to Third Phase of Moon. They get the word out, and they share your videos like cousins. We'll see you again next time.